I just want to see other creatives live a life fulfilled by just creativity in their likeness, in their art.
I think like DJing for real just be a whirlwind of emotions, at least for me.
I know that the number one thing that I love is music. I'm Red Corvette from San Francisco, California.
I'm Classicnewwave, originally from Chattanooga, Tennessee.
And this is DJs on DJs with Sounds by Sa.
Where Red Corvette come from?
So Red Corvette came from this Currency song called She Don't Want a Man. And it's the same definition as Prince. Pussy power, you know, girl that you can't really put a finger on and she gonna do what she wanna do. Yeah. That's where it came from.
That's hard.
Where did Classicnewwave come from?
Weed. I was high. I was about to go to this wedding. My homegirl was about to have a wedding, and it was black tie. And this is also, I feel like the DJ and stuff also intersects with just my sexuality too, cause like black tie, like I'm not about to wear no gown, you know what I'm saying? And like I was nervous as fuck to wear like a tux or a suit, cause I had never really done nothing like that before. And I was like, if my mama see a picture, she gonna flip. So I just kept saying that I was gonna do new wave black tie, new wave black tie. I had no idea what that meant. And because I just kept saying the word new wave, I don't know, it just stuck. And then one day I was just smoking and I was like, classic new, I like classic new wave. Like, but I think it also just fits with how I DJ too. Cause like if anybody hear my set, I'm gonna give you all the oldies, you know what I'm saying? All that old stuff, and I'm gonna mix it with the new stuff. So it low key fit, but I was really just high as hell for real.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I would like Brown Sugar Bounce, which is like one of my tentpole events to be a festival. I want a real black ass like Brown Sugar Bounce festival. I also got another function called Lavender Velvet where I play with my band. I feel like we deserve to be on the road and on stages and on tours. Like, so I think 5 years for real, just like TLDR, like bigger platforms for every single thing that I'm doing. So tell me, Red, how did you get started?
I started working in music in 2005, and I was going to school and I wasn't interested in learning about TV and stuff, so I started interning at this radio station called KMEL, and I was starting to get fascinated with DJs. Me and my friend, we would take our little EDD checks and drive up and down from San Francisco to LA, and I would go to the Do-Over on Sundays. And it was like a DJ heaven, I would want to say. And so I came back and started asking niggas to teach me, and either they didn't have the time, they didn't have the equipment, and I'm gonna not take it personal. But they just didn't have the bandwidth to teach me how to DJ. And so fast forward to 2011, I bought a controller because controllers were available. So I bought a controller, and to supplement just getting through college, I was teaching myself off of YouTube. This guy I was dating gave me a gig, and from then on, I just was like, I'm gonna go back to the Bay since I knew everybody in music up there. And I was like, I'm gonna just ask them for gigs. And that didn't happen. But my homeboy, Phil Mike, gave me a gig. And I was on these CDJs and I was fucking up. And I was like, but this is fun. And so from then on, I just started begging all these people to let me get on and teach me how to DJ and all this stuff. I had to throw my own events in order to actually get booked for other events. And I lost my job because I was touring with some artists, and I ain't looked back since. I just been
Out the mud, you muddy for sure.
Yeah. I'm sick of this mud though. To be honest, I'm sick of the mud.
I want to shower. For me, I was spending in college, but I never really count that because I was just going on virtual DJ off the laptop. But then around 2015, I was about to teach myself how to play guitar. I was like, I had found this game on the Xbox where if you could plug your guitar up to it, and it would show you how to play guitar. So I was like, oh, lit, I'm about to be Jimi Hendrix next year. So I was really hyped. And then I was talking to this girl, and she was just walking through the crib one day and she accidentally bumped the guitar and like it fell over and broke. And so she was like, oh, let me buy you a new guitar. And I was like, nah, you can buy me some DJ equipment instead. And so I hit a lick with that. And then from there, I was really just DJing in the crib. Like I used to have a Mixcloud, and I used to just call myself like your favorite bedroom DJ, because I just stayed just spinning in the crib, and then people would just come to the crib all the time. Like I'd be in the living room for real, just spinning. Everybody would come over type shit, and was having a good time. And then there's this bar in Harlem called Harlem Nights, and there is this party called Trappy Hour. This was right when Trappy Hour was first starting on Thursdays, and it's a party for like black and brown, like queer, gay people. Like really like was one of like the few spaces that folks had for real. Started off really spinning like events for just like the black like gay male scene. Like that's really where I was at, like marathon, like 9 to 3 a.m. like all the time, like every weekend, $300, like nothing. But I learned so much in that environment. Like I learned how to keep, you know what I'm saying? My crates are deep. I had to, my crates gotta be deep. I was spinning for damn near 6 hours. So I learned to like really just like organize myself, like in order to keep a party up. Like you gotta keep a party up with them niggas. Them niggas wanna party. Them niggas don't wanna sit down. They wanna dance, they wanna have a good time. So you feel me? Like, and they not with the shits, and they will tell you if you're not doing a good job. So like, that was like for real, like my training ground for real. And then yeah, from there it's been up ever since. So.
That's lit.
Yeah. All right, back to the bucket. I'm gonna ask you this one because I like this one. I pulled it. Okay. Are you fueling another dream with this dream, and what does your end goal look like?
This is my main source. This is my financial source. So I'm feeling this motherfucker for everything. Yeah. But from DJing, I know that there's not too many spaces for Black people that will give them the money or give them the opportunities to make something like some money and, you know, leave feeling good about their space. A lot of these spaces is white owned. Through that, I've just been thinking about, you know, opening up my own spot just so that I can be a source for other DJs like me, and just also like provide another space for Black people to feel safe in.
We need that.
This was something that I wanted to do in 2021, but niggas wasn't outside.
We still in the house for real.
So like now we outside.
Yeah.
Y'all outside in the snow. Clearly, y'all don't care about nothing. Y'all be outside. This is the question I want to ask. What genre do you like to play the most at parties, and why?
Whew, that's difficult. I'm consistent. Like I stick to my roots. I'm always honor my Southern roots. Like you definitely gonna get a section of like Southern music for sure. Old school. You know what I'm saying? I love old school. I just like the way it make you feel. You know what I'm saying? Like the Southern music is cool, but I don't be want to play Percocet music all the time. You know what I'm saying? So like
stripper music.
You know, I love it, but yeah, then that old school stuff just make you feel so happy. It make you feel so good and just like just spiritually connected to the room. Like it's just you can't really put your finger on it. And then I know I was supposed to be one, but I'm giving 3. R&B, cause like singing, you know what I'm saying? Like I think that come from the church, and just like, you know what I'm saying? Just being able to connect and have the entire room singing, feeling like a choir.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling like a choir director up there. Like it's just like, I feel like those 3 areas give me a lot of like, just, I don't know, like creative freedom to like really like play around for real. All right. Okay, tell us about your DJing style. Are you zoned in, or are you a party participant?
Man, I'm a party participant. I think that the coming here and DJing is so different to me. It's like out here, everybody got a job. Mm-hmm. So there's a host, there's the DJs, and they come at they set time. Yeah. You know, they got the security, then the promoter, all of that stuff, which is completely different from where I started DJing. Is you doing everything. I'm the promoter. Yeah. I gotta rock the party on top of that, and I gotta rock the mic and move the crowd, and then I gotta book the artist and book the DJ or book whatever. Also, like the energy from the crowd gives me the energy to feel like either when I feel comfortable and I'm doing good, rocking the party. I usually am having the best time when you see me dancing. Yeah. when I'm on the mic talking, when I'm like fully engulfed in what everybody else is doing. Like, I like sets where the DJ booth is right there with the people.
Like boiler room type, like in the middle
like
of that.
if everybody was this, they just can't bump me. But if everybody was around me and super close by me, like that energy is like the thing for me.
You still get nervous?
Every time. I get nervous what I was told was if you don't get nervous, then you don't love it anymore. It might not be like nervous like how I used to get nervous to where it was like crippling at times. But I definitely get nervous before every party. And then when I get up there, after I drop the first 3 songs and I figure out what the crowd vibe is, the nerves just go away. You just fall into your DJ bag. DJing could be very nerve-wracking.
It can, but it's so rewarding though. It ain't nothing like that euphoric feeling when you like, you know you having one of the best sets of your life, when you know you burning that shit down. It ain't no other feeling like that for real. And that also gets me too, because then I had that feeling and then I'm going into my next set and I be wanting to recreate the same thing that I did from the set before. And then when I don't do that, I would just be so down and I think like DJing for real just be a whirlwind of emotions, at least for me.
Somebody told me that just because people are sitting down and ain't moving don't mean they ain't having a good time. Word. So you might have been to the party where everybody was fired up. Yeah. Also, they might have been a younger crowd, but you might be dealing with an older crowd or people that just here to chill and they just vibing. Yeah. And it looks like conversation. It looks like them drinking wine. But if they didn't leave, they fucking with you. Yeah. What advice would you give your younger self when you first started DJing?
To trust myself, to trust myself a lot more. Sometimes I would go into functions like over-prepared, because I just would never like just trust myself to just like go in and just like fill the room out. I remember one of my earlier sets, I had literally planned it from top to bottom and had practiced it in the crib. This is what I'm doing. This is like, I'm not deviating from
I'm
this.
not moving.
I'm like, it hit in the crib, so it's gonna hit outside. And I'll never forget, I played that shit outside. And you know how when you spinning, everybody just turn around and look at you? But yeah, and it was that right there, I was like, okay, I can trust myself a little bit more. Like, I don't need to fully like prep, like top to bottom. Like, I can read the room, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, trust myself, give me some breathing room for real, and just trust myself to read the room. So now I'm gonna throw that question back at you. What would you tell your youngest self?
Aside from trust yourself, I would say you don't have to have everything figured out.
Amen.
The way faith work is, you can talk to God about whatever your plan is, but that ain't finna be your plan. Your plan is what he want for you, what you prepared for, what he's preparing you for, and what just so happens to be the blessings that you receive. I know that the number one thing that I love is music. Yeah. And so I just gotta have faith and just let shit unfold. My plan is not the plan. And being stuck in that plan is gonna have me frustrated every time the shit don't work out the way that I thought it happened. I'm giving myself room for anything to happen and just fuck the plan and just have faith.
You know Peter in the Bible. And let me tell you, so listen, they was out there in that little boat and Jesus walked on that water and Peter was looking at him and Peter was like, how you did that? And God was just like, come on out here. And Peter was like, I can't walk on no water. And Jesus was like, I'm telling you to come on. And Peter was like, I'm not walking on no water. And Jesus was like, I got you. And Peter got up out that boat and he walked on that water. And I feel like that's where I'm at. I feel like I'm Peter right now. Like I've always had a 9-to-5. I just quit my 9-to-5. I still like own my own business and do stuff too, but I feel like I'm Peter now. Like I'm finally like stepping out on faith and trusting and leaning and depending on God a lot more. And it's just like doors are opening up that I never would have thought would open up. Like when I quit my job, like even venues that I would hit up that would never hit me back start hitting me back. You know what I'm saying? Like people start hitting up my email for opportunities that probably would have never hit my email before because I was like Peter. And I stepped out on that water and I stepped out on faith. Yeah, we've been preaching for sure. For sure, we've been preaching for sure.
Let's get it.
Yeah. What do you think makes a great DJ?
Respect for the craft.
Yep.
Meaning, yeah, I know that technology has changed and made things easier, but there are DJs that have came from you and have learned how to do all of this stuff in order to pave a way for you to get through this loop. And you to fast forward all of that shit. You go from 1 year to 10 years in 2 years. So the least that new DJs can do is have some respect for the craft. Yeah. Or DJs should just have respect for the craft.
Yeah.
I don't think that you get to just come and put your shit over some shit and just think and be running around town like you that nigga because you didn't packed out a party.
I think you gotta honor the music too.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you something that irks my soul. Like gospel music. I feel like people play it as a gimmick now. Why are you playing gospel in the middle of the set after everybody just got through twerking? I'm
a gospel twerker.
But let's have a conversation then. Cause to me, how we coming from the church, like I play gospel. I'm gonna for sure play gospel, but I'm gonna play it at the end of my set. Like we put in Kurt Franklin with Back That Ass Up.
Hey man, I got a whole album that's gospel bounce music.
If it's the instrumental, I'm cool with an instrumental.
No, it's the gospel bounce.
But if I'm talking about I smile while I back that ass up.
No, it ain't saying I smile while I back.
But that's just an example though. You know, that might be the church girl in me. But
yeah, and also I ain't no church girl.
Okay, so that might be it. Like the church girl in me, I will cringe. I cringe for sure. And I feel like it can be used as a gimmick. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely ain't no gimmick because I be really feeling the spirit of God.
For sure. But that's you.
I don't know about there being gospel and then being Back That Ass Up on the song. It's kind of crazy.
It's nuts. I have seen
the beat, cool.
The beat, yes, I'm cool with the beat.
Not mixed together.
Not the words, bro. We can't be talking about and the Lord at the same time.
No,
like that's
y'all
not.
can go from one side to the other.
You know what I'm saying? It's a way to do it. I think my piece of advice to women coming into the industry is don't be afraid to take a risk. There'll be sets where somebody asked me to do a set and I just did not think that I was of the caliber to be on that lineup. But I took that risk and I did it. You know what I'm saying? You can't be a boss if you don't take a risk.
My first piece of advice is don't be so hard on yourself. In those times where you feel like you need to rest. In those times where you feel like you need to move outside of DJing to do something else that you like you don't have to DJ. Just because you DJ don't mean that you is locked into DJing for the rest of your life. And if you step aside and do something else, don't be so hard on yourself to step aside and explore. You can't be hard on yourself, especially if you want longevity in this shit. And the other thing I would say is don't take shit personal. Not everybody gonna receive you in the way that you want them to receive you. And that's not up for you to make that be a part of your life and a part of your spirit when going through this. Even dating and stuff, I've dated guys where they're like, I can't deal with that. Yeah. And then it made me feel like it was me. Nah, nigga, you just ain't ready for me. Because I'm not going to stop doing what I want to do in order to be with you.
Absolutely.
You don't have to get with it just like I got to get with whatever you got going on.
Yeah. Okay, well, I had a fabulous time talking to you today.
Me too.
We should actually continue this conversation
we definitely,
for sure.
Listen, I can always talk about music and creativity.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we got a chance to bust some shit down and get through, talk about faith and all that stuff.
Well, where can the people find you?
You can find me DJ Red Corvette on everything, djredcorvette.com, DJ Red Corvette on Instagram. The thing that I was talking about, the space is Studio Red Hi-Fi on Instagram. I am curating events through that. And stay tuned for whatever the rest of the year. It's up.
You can find me on everything Classicnewwave. Look out for Brown Sugar Bounce. That's my summer party. Definitely popping back this summer. It's low key Brooklyn's favorite family reunion, for real. I'm coming with the family reunion shirts this year, all of that. I also have Lavender Velvet where I play with my band. Hands down, no other experience like that in New York at the moment, so definitely be on the lookout for that for sure. Lavender Velvet NYC, at Brown Sugar Bounce, at Classicnewwave, so yeah.